was a busy day here at the Historical Society. Started off the day, we greased all the equipment and made our way across the greenway here. As you can see, we're taking the excavator and getting ready to do some digging. The skid steer's there, we're doing sifting, so the large goal of this entire project has been for us to clean this hillside up. Part of the property that we acquired included us doing a little bit of garbage removal and cleanup work. So this hillside was part of the property on this side of the greenway. It used to be the Virginia Iron and Scrap, and so this hillside was all the non-ferrous material. So what we've been doing, if anyone has been on the greenway recently, we've slowly been cleaning this hillside up of any debris, getting ready to remediate this area. So here we are. We spent some time in the previous weeks notching the top of the hill there, and we're building a ramp to get up there. So we've scraped this back. You can see there's a lot of just plastic, hoses, just general trash that's been mixed into this hill here. So as we go through, we've been kind of scraping, and we have a sifter attachment for our skid steer. We'll dig out all the dirt, and then the skid steer comes through, shakes it, and we end up separating it, and we'll screen this material a second time. So it's taken us a little bit of time to do this, but just keep watching. You'll see we've been pretty busy. We're doing here is we're taking some of the extra material we have and scooping it up, pushing it into a line there. The skid steer comes over, picks it up, scoops it into the bucket, and sifts it in a different spot. We're having a team planning meeting here, pointing, lots of discussion, and then we're back at it shortly afterwards. All this while the skid steer is scraping the bucket full of dirty material and sifting it appropriately. So while our skid steer is cleaning the dirt, we got sidetracked with a little bit of a side project here today. Our forklift has had a flat tire for a while, and one of the things we needed was the excavator to break the bead on the tire. So drove the excavator up the hill here, and we're waiting for the crew to show up with the tire that they're working on. There's the tire on the forklift, and we're going to place it on a board so we don't mess anything up. And we'll use the bucket here to pop the bead on the tire. And once we do that, they'll flip it over and we'll pop the bead again. That's all they needed from me. Turn the skid steer back around, drive her back down the hill. We always check the greenway. We keep a broom handy in case we make a mess. Back down, our skid steer has cleaned us some more space, and now we're going to start digging kind of to put the dirt behind us as we build up the road. So what you'll see is we'll scrape and dig a little pit, and there's a blade on the front of the skid steer. We'll push the dirt in, and then we'll do this all over again. So we just keep doing this back and forth. Eventually we'll have a little ramp here that we can get up. It takes a while. It's one scoop at a time kind of deal, and you can't go too fast when you're working on these hillsides like this, just because of the weight of the bucket full of dirt. So you'll see I grabbed a big piece of chain there, dumped that on there. That'll get sifted out right away. It's pretty obvious, but we find a lot of just old metal, scrap metal, empty things. Plastic battery casings were pretty common in this area here. So just enjoy as we continue to scrape. So you can see we made it up to the top of the hill here, and we had dug this ledge here previously from the top. So now what we're doing is we're going through and I'm working to level out this ledge, make it drivable. And what we'll do is we will now cut this whole ledge back to the left here. That'll be in future episodes, but we're cleaning up the dirt, making a flat area so the skid steer and the excavator can pass fairly easily. So that was today's goal, was to get access to this level. Once we cut this back on the left side, all that dirt you see on the left will eventually get screened. We'll do the same thing we did at the bottom. We'll start screening material, removing trash. The trash we bring over and we'll separate further. Either metal, if there's any, will get tossed. You can see here having a couple of meetings on kind of what areas we're gonna work through, and then back down we go. You won't see me slide down the little hill there, but it's a good 5 or 6 foot drop. You just kind of scoot down, and as you can see, I'm pushing dirt into the holes that I dig. And then now I'm started to work backwards, and I'm cutting this hillside and setting dirt up on the hill for them to screen. So we'll do this for the rest of this part here today, and we'll keep working this hillside, making terraces. Eventually, this will all be re-sloped, but our first step is to get this in a position where we can have clean dirt in a sloped area. Nothing in the ground that we've found has been problematic. It's just been a lot of trash. Street sweeper parts, we found a lot of bottles from the 80s, so cool glass bottles. Small collection of those sitting in a bucket there. We pull the interesting ones out sometimes, but other than that, we just have been working to make this a clean and remediated area, is I guess the best way to call it. We're getting down into clean dirt, but unfortunately we still got to dig through some of it, and there's some limestone-esque rock. This was just again a non-ferrous, anything that wasn't metal was put here. So we're just digging through it and cleaning it all up. You can see I scampered down and went up to talk again. We had a O-ring failure, and so that'll probably wrap up the work with the skid steer today. But other than that, we got a lot done. I was able to get the skid steer turned around, or the excavator turned around. You'll see me do a rather innovative 3-point turn. It takes a little bit of work in tight spaces. It doesn't turn on a dime, but I was able to turn it around and use the blade to push a nice flatter area, which helped quite a bit. So that was a big part of our effort here. So you'll see me go down the hill here, and this is the next part. This here was dug out. It has fire brick in it, so we scraped the fire brick, and I couldn't pick it up originally, so it took a lot of work. But what we did was we were able to pull the brick, flip it over, dump the brick out. So the brick will be screened, and that'll end up in the trash. It's just material handling. So I got on the end of it, scraped some more, flipped it a few more times, shook it enough, and eventually I got all the brick out. And it took some work. Sometimes you just can't grab it the right way. Finally got it, flipped it back over. And once all the brick was out, I was easily able to pick it up, and we carried it up the hill here. So this will get cut up and put into our scrap metal bin, where it'll be recycled and become new metal, I guess. But it was a busy day. This is about 2:30 in the afternoon. Again, we're all volunteers at the Roanoke chapter, so some of the guys were out working on one of the locomotives that we have in town. Some of us stay and have been working on the equipment. So here we are. We changed from an excavator over to a cutting torch, and we're going to cut some of these off to make them a little easier to deal with. So it's been a pain cutting this. Not only it's full of mud and dirt, but trying to cut it with some of the refractory there has made it a little longer and slower process than just cutting clean metal. But enjoy as I go back and forth and try to get all this cut apart here for the end of the day. You can see we have a couple people shuffling in and out for the day, but again, we're all volunteers, so roughly Saturdays and Sundays. If you're ever interested in learning how to do stuff or run equipment, work on train cars, the Historical Society, we have a good little group of guys that show up. So we always are looking for more help. So you can see I got the tip all dirty, so I had to go find the tip cleaners for the torch. But we got it fixed. The torch started working better. We adjusted the pressure a little bit, and away we went. And you'll see the end of this, I guess, pipe slide off here in a minute. So we got the entire thing all cut apart off the top, and I just grabbed it, picked it up, and flipped it over. Tried to break up the piece there, got it out of the way. This one folded up nicely, was able to just flatten it out and drop it in the scrap bin. The other one took a little more work. It was full of refractory. We squashed it, dropped it, and a couple rounds of that, we were able to get it cleaned out. Those go into the scrap bin. Grab the top, and of course, as we start to cut this, you'll find that, you've run out of oxygen right at the worst possible time. So we called it quits with cutting it. We were able to get it chopped enough that we were able to fold this up into a nice little flat sheet with the excavator and throw this in the bin. And we'll continue work tomorrow cutting up the rest of this, whatever it is. If anyone knows what this is, we'd be kind of interested to find out. Volunteers make this all happen, so pretty much everyone you've seen walk by, take photos, come in. They're either working on other projects. We got our forklift fixed today. We had a flat tire, so there was a group of guys working on that. We had a couple guys working on one of our locomotives in town, and a couple of us were running equipment, cleaning up the hill. So the Roanoke chapter has got a bunch of really skilled people that put a lot of time into this, and we're really happy that you'll watch through the video.